Hi, I'm Elaine Harding. Welcome to my blog and to my YouTube channel on stampwithelaine.com. I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas and that Santa brought all the things that you wanted on your wish list. I have some exciting news. Celebration is the highlight of each new year, and from January 4th to February the 29th in 2024, yes, it's a leap year, you can earn free goodies with each qualifying purchase of £45 or multiples of £45, excluding shipping. At the same time, the January mini catalogue will be available, and it's from January 4th to April 30th. I can't show you the inside of the catalogue, but I can show you the project I've made with it as a sneak peek. Now, this modern garden bundle was first introduced in the September to December mini, and this was sold as a bundle, and it had this modern oval punch with it. This is staying, but sadly this is retiring. And some of the cards I made with it. You make your own DSP. And this one is a birthday card also made with this set. So it needn't be for Christmas, but it can be if you want it to be. So this punch is staying, and if you purchase £45 or more, you will qualify for a free celebration item. Now, this is called the Ice Cream Swirl Bundle from the mini catalogue in this book. And actually, this is featured on the cover of the mini catalogue. So these are the dies. In fact, this is just a score line here, so you could make a mini card with it, with just the ice cream cone. When you want to cut the cone and attach it, it's suggested that you cut the whole of this and then trim off the bits that are showing off the cone. Allow it support, because it's rather a big blob of ice cream. These are the dies. This is the stamped impression of the cone, but you can also die cut the cone with an embossed image on the die instead of stamping it. This die cuts the ice cream swirl, and these are the coloured accents, so you can cut it in the same coloured cardstock as I've done here, and then just glue it on. And this one is like you can put a wrap round the cone. This is for the donut, the strawberry, the cherry, the chocolate biscuit type thing, and those are for the sprinkles. So you find this bundle on page 37 of the new January to April mini for 2024. So having purchased that bundle, it qualified me for getting this stamp set free. So this is the card we're making, and the oval punch actually fits the watermelon. So I've punched it out like so, and this one is just half of that punch. So you can punch it as normal, stamp on it, and then just cut it in half. So to make this card, I use basic white thick cardstock, and it's just half an A4 sheet. I embossed the Sweet Sorbet matte layer with one of these trio of embossing folders, which is an online exclusive, and they're called Basics 3D embossing folders. You get three, one with polka dots on it, one with a floral image on it, and this one is the hashed one. So there's the cardstock I need, my card base, which is in basic white thick, and it measures 5 7/8 by 8 1/4 inches, and two matte layers, one for the inside and one for the front, one in basic white, one in Sweet Sorbet, and both these measure 5 1/2 by 3 3/4 inches. Then I also need some scrap to stamp and punch out my watermelon. This is the modern label punch, which you'll also need. The ice cream swirl stamp set, so you can stamp your sentiment. The watercolor melon stamp set, which you earn for free if you get this bundle. Sweet sorbet and shaded spruce inks. And I almost forgot, you also need smoky slate and the basic rhinestone jewels. So let's get started. So let's emboss the sweet sorbet layer first using the Basics 3D embossing folder with a hashed pattern. Remember that you only need the base plate, which is platform 1, and the grey plate, which is platform 4. Okay, so I'll go and do that off camera. Glue that straight onto my card base, leaving an even border all round. Ink up the watermelon, stamp it over a piercing mat, because the photopolymer stamps has no cushion like the red rubber ones. Then punch the watermelon out. Next I want to stamp the half slice of watermelon. Then stamp the actual fruit inside and just watch the lines at the top, so you've got the straight line across the top there so that they meet. Now I'm going to swap ink pads to stamp the little seeds in the watermelon. So this stamp comes in a trio like this, so it's easy to stamp it. So I'm going to just angle it a little bit. Bring the punch back and punch that, and then just cut it off at the top. Next I want to stamp the leaves, which I'm going to fussy cut. Now I'm going to fussy cut the leaves, and as usual you angle your scissors at a 45-degree angle so you can see where you're cutting, and you move the paper. You keep your scissors in a stationary position, and you want to cut near the fulcrum, so that gives you more control. Then from the ice cream swirl stamp set, you want to stamp the Yum Yum in sweet sorbet ink. Use up the scraps. Bring back the inside of my card and shaded spruce ink, and I'm just going to stamp a bite-size piece of watermelon here. Swap ink pads to sweet sorbet and then stamp it across here. Then I'm going to use this single one to stamp a few droplets of juicy watermelon juice. Just a tip, if you're using this at home on your own, it's always good practice when there are tiny little stamps involved to, once you stamp it and it's not on the block, clean it and put it straight back into the stamp set. If it loses its stickiness, just wash it with a smattering of washing up liquid and then it will return to its stickiness. It's just that the oils and things from your fingers or residue from the blocks will make the stamps unclean and therefore not stick. Now with swapping ink pads, and I'm going to stamp a couple of seeds. Then lastly, I'm just going to stamp the sentiment in here. And that's the beauty about photopolymer stamps. You can see where you're stamping. Less likely stamping your sentiment crooked. Oh, now we can pot these all together. So let's glue the inside. Although this is basic white cardstock and you're putting basic white again onto the inside, the thing is, if you make a mistake, it would ruin the whole card. So by having a layer inside, if you ruin that, you can just cut another piece and you don't ruin the front of the card. So there's a method to the madness. Now I'm going to glue this in the middle. And I want to leave the sides open like this so I can tuck the leaf in. So pop some here. Take the backing tape off, pop it along there, then take the words you stamped before and cut them up, pop those on dimensionals as well and stick it just above the watermelon. And lastly, add your rhinestones. And it's always good to have a trio to guide the eye round your card. So there you have it, my sneak peek with the watercolor melon stamp set, which you can get for free with a purchase of £45, excluding shipping. Thanks for watching. Bye.